Welcome back to another episode of What Are You Made Of with your boy, the unstoppable Mike C-Roc. I'm in the house with my man, Bubba Almony. He is a celebrity bodyguard. He's an award-winning celebrity bodyguard. Let me get that right. He's protected the top names in the world. He is also the founder of Bubba's Celebrity Basketball Game. He was also the bodyguard for Grant Cardone and 10X Growth Conference. I ran into him down there while I was down there unexpectedly. He's just an all-around great dude, and he also grew up over by my house near Ocean City, Maryland, on Eastern Shore, Maryland. Bubba, welcome to the show, brother.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Mike, for having me on here. It's definitely a big honor. And yes, absolutely. We definitely connected at the Growth Con, and I'm, very grateful for that. You as well are a great person, and you do a lot to inspire, motivate, empower others. So thank you for all that you do as well.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Kind words, kind words. Look, we start the show every time by asking the question, what are you made of? And it can be answered in different ways, but what is your version of the answer to the question, what are you made of?
Yeah. So for me, I'm made of passion. I'm made of many gifts, many blessings. We're all made of those great things. And most importantly, what you're made of isn't just for yourself, but it's the gift that you give on to others as well. It's the service you do to others. So just remember that always.
Love it, man. Love it. So you grew up on Eastern Shore, Maryland, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay. And then, so tell us what it was like growing up there. I mean, I was there in college and on, but not when I was younger, but what was growing up like?
Absolutely. So, always, played in sports and involved in the community growing up. I started martial arts very young, around 10 or 11 years old, and just, being involved in the community. I was involved at a young age. I started working at a young age, and really channeled my inner entrepreneur skills at a young age. I started my own lawn care business. I would go around door to door throughout communities and just get customers and clientele and things of that nature. So I'm grateful for, always in life, you always remember where you come from. And, there's people that help us all along the way at different times. So I'm very grateful for that. And it was definitely a blessing to grow up on the shore and still be involved in the community as well.
Yo, what high school?
Stephen Decatur, I graduated from there.
Okay. All right. Yeah. That's where my son goes. Awesome, man. And you play football there?
No, I didn't play football there. I played with like recreations and parks and things that nature
Gotcha.
in Ocean City. Yes.
Gotcha. Awesome. So then how did you get into bodyguarding?
So I started in the security field at 17. I'm sure you remember, Mike, the Do Tour in Ocean City.
Yeah.
That happened a few years right on the beach. It was a major BMX and concert venue. Right then and there, I started. I was very young. I didn't have much background at all in the security sector. I just had my martial arts training at that point, and just took that opportunity and made the most of it. And right away, I was blessed to discover it was my passion, purpose, and true divine calling in life, that I had a gift over even protecting people and protecting property, that most importantly in the security field, I can make a difference, and to discover that so young was very powerful. And my first bodyguard experience was at 19. Again, still very young, just outside of the experience with beginner level entry positions in the security field. I was given the opportunity from Vinny Guadagnino from the hit show on MTV. I'm sure we all remember the Jersey Shore, and just took the most of it. Took an opportunity and just confidently went in there and made the most of it. Every summer he would come to Ocean City. I would look after him and his entourage, whether they're going out or going to restaurants or things of that nature. And then eventually I find myself in New York. I connected with Cardi B's producer. His name was Swift on Demand. And he was on Love and Hip Hop New York and things of that nature. He had produced for many people. And within a few minutes of meeting him, right away, he was like, hey, I want you to be my head of security. I want you to work with me. I want you to be around the music studio. And really the rest is just history from there. They won't teach us this at Harvard, Mike, or anywhere, any of these fancy universities, but life is all about people skills, and it truly matters how you treat people. And even as a bodyguard, you have to possess a very strong critical soft skill, knowing how to talk to people, knowing that your strongest weapons are your mind, your eyes, your mouth, your ears, your heart, those things. And, with those traits, it's carried me very far, even above any of my training or certifications. It's gotten me very far in life.
So when you say you connected with him, like, how did that go down? Tell us the story.
Yeah. So with Swift, I was friends with a videographer that was doing some work with Swift. And, at first, I kind of just was like, when I would go there, I would never like want to come into the studio. I'll be like, no, I don't want to step on your toes or anything. You go in and do your own thing. Cause that, I was just like more or less just, helping my friend out, get to the music studio, stuff like that. And then I eventually I came in one day because they're like, bring Bubba in. I want to meet him, this and that. And it was like, I'm in the studio with him, and it was like, just right away it was like the perfect connection. He was like, the first day I met him, I started working for him. We went to this mall in New Jersey, started bodyguarding him. And just from there, I had, so many connections through him. So many celebrities were coming to that studio. Cardi B, Spice, Safari, so many big names and stuff. And, just kept growing. Then I got connections with, drivers and transportation companies and armored vehicles. And it just kept growing. And I'm to the point where I am now.
So are you self-employed, or do you work for an organization, or how does that work?
So I'm freelance and independent contractor. So I like that because I can pick and choose, kind of where I work, when I work, who I represent. It gives you a little more freedom, and also allows you, like with firearms and things of that nature, it allows you more of a clearance with certain things. You're not as restricted. And, I'm appreciative for that, I'm able to be, even at a young age, at only 26, I'm able to kind of decipher what I want to take on, or if I want to subcontract something out. I also have an umbrella, a network of people in the U.S. and abroad, through connections and relations of, in the security field. Even if I don't want to take something on, I could say, hey, I know somebody that has exactly what you're looking for, and they can take it on, where I can still monetize off it or be involved in a capacity.
And how does someone know when they're ready to have a bodyguard, or they need a bodyguard? Like, is there something that they like, some kind of I don't know what the word is I'm looking for, but some kind of requirement that, like, that's when
So I would say, sometimes maybe it's, when somebody's really starting to get professional with their movements, like they got the manager, they got the assistant, they want to have security. When they go into these music labels or they go into these meetings, they want to have a team, and they want to be taken seriously, or it could be they had a negative encounter, something threatening, something they're dealing with harassment or stalkers or whatever it may be, that, now they're starting to require that attention, require the protection, to take their life to another standard of safety, and to keep those around them at safe as well.
And sometimes you think it's a status thing, though, like they do it just to be taken seriously, though. And like, maybe
Yeah,
they don't really need it necessarily, but
yeah, sometimes you're with people, like, say it's like a business person, where not really much of a threat level, but they just want that, professional point of contact. They want that person there just in case, something were to happen. Maybe they have assets on them, or money, or jewelry,
right.
Things of that nature. They just want that person there just in case.
Gotcha. Now, I don't know how many, I don't want you to disclose anything you shouldn't disclose, but like,
Yeah.
you got to have some stories you can tell.
Oh yes.
Like, come on,
So
let's hear some stories, because I know the audience, I mean, that's what they care about. They care about the juicy stories. So,
right. So you pretty much name it, I've seen it, or dealt with it, or been involved in some capacity. I would say probably the craziest thing, obviously I've seen, from either doing security or close protection or bodyguarding, I've seen stabbings, shootings, a lot of things. So, but I would say from my experience, the craziest thing that I encountered that I can speak on was, we were with a client one day. This is a very well-known client. We were leaving a venue, and we started off with a police escort, and eventually they backed off and they left their jurisdiction. So at that point, it was just all bodyguard SUVs and the client, the principal, and I called out to one of the lead vehicles. I said, "Is anybody supposed to be following us?" And they're like, stand by, and because usually we'll know, like, if when we're leaving a venue, like, hey, this person's going to follow us, we're going to this location, and then they radio back to me, nobody should be following us. And so, like, at that point, we're rolling like over 100 miles an hour in SUVs at night, And, like, because this vehicle was following every movement, and, you just had to do what you had to do to intercept the vehicle and to let your, primary vehicles get to the location safely. And, just one of those things, you just pray. You got to stay prayed up in this field, over any, armory or, I've been in armored vehicles and worn bulletproof vests, over all of that stuff. Your prayers, God's strength, that's everything. That keeps you safe 24/7, 365, from every ingress and egress. So it's the utmost importance to have that strong faith as a bodyguard.
So you're gonna leave us hanging? Like, what happened?
So just basically, just cut that vehicle off, really. And
Okay.
yeah, we were like, even though we were on a main, expressway or highway, just had to cut the vehicle off, and the other vehicles that had a high rate of speed had to get off on the exit ramp, and that was about it with that scenario.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Now I won't put you on the spot and say who's your favorite client, but like what was your favorite time on a job? Favorite
Um,
experience or
I've had a lot of them. I've been very blessed and fortunate. I'm grateful for all my experiences, but I really loved a lot, like working along Grant Cardone and his family at the 10X Growth Conference, just to be around, some of those names, and not only that, but to take in some of the knowledge, wisdom, and I'm the type of person, I speak once, but I listen twice, so I'm always inhaling and digesting information, and just to be around people that know so much about either money or businesses or success or financial freedom, and so many great things that can elevate you to another platform in life. And just was able to take things in, and I would say that opportunity. I'm also very grateful that I got to bodyguard and still bodyguard Dr. Khalila Camacho Ali, the former wife of the greatest boxer and activist to ever live, Muhammad Ali. Just a huge honor, one of the most honorable and respected families in the real, the Ali family. And to learn so much from her about, people skills and mannerisms and values and ethics. And just, she walks into a room and the energy just changes, it lights up. And, when she's a person that is all about standing up for what is right, and, fighting for freedoms in your religion. And, you just learn so much from her. And, she's treated me exceptionally well, and just so grateful for that relationship I have with her.
that's awesome, man. I love to hear that, man. And who was the person you were most starstruck by when you met him?
Um, Most starstruck, I would say this dates back to a long while back, but I would say Dwight Howard. I'm close friends with him, and when I first got around him, it was just like, it was almost like, like one of those moments, like, is this real? Because I had looked up to him growing up. Like, he was a role model for me. He was somebody that was very inspirational, and he had overcame a lot of ups and downs in life. And we all go through trials and tribulations, but as an NBA superstar, to go through like major back surgery and to be able to get back onto to the court and play at a high level, that was something that really inspired me and motivated me. Just for doctors to pretty much kind of rule you out, to your people around you to kind of almost be like, hey, is he going to play again? And then to get back and dominate and eventually down the road win a championship. It was something that really, I'm grateful for that.
Yeah, that's awesome. So how did you get the job with Grant Cardone? Like what was
So I was down in Miami doing work, and just said, what, let me see if I can, get involved with Cardone. And then reached out to like his offices, and met with Sherry Hamilton, I believe she's the COO. And she loved me, and what I brought to the table, believed that I added value, and that I could deliver, and she gave me an opportunity.
awesome, man. Yeah, I love Sherry. She's a great lady. I
Oh
just
yes.
saw her last week. Actually, I was down there with Grant and Jared and all them. So
Yes.
yeah, good stuff, man. Good stuff. Hey, so before I get into the final question, I want to talk to you about bullying and the mission that you have, against, or not against, but for solving that, and
Yes.
speaking up about that. So you want to speak to that a little bit?
Yeah, so as many people know, I'm a big advocate on bullying. Just what bullying really is, Mike, is bullying is abuse. We got to start terminizing it as that. We have to eradicate bullying in all its mannerisms and all its forms. Bullying can happen anywhere. any place, anytime. It could happen on a schoolyard. It could happen in a workplace. It could happen in a relationship, in friendships. It could happen on social media, all these different things, verbal, physical. And we just have to start being leaders in life. We have to start telling people, just clean, cut, and dry. Bullying in any shape, form, or variety is unacceptable. And not just treat the bully, not just treat the victim, but treat the bullies as well. Because if you just treat a victim, you still have a bully out here on the loose that's wreaking havoc, that is creating more victims. And for any of the victims that's going through anything right now, maybe you're on your last verge of hope, continue to be strong and, never give up in life, never lose hope, never give up. Speak up, if you're going through something, and get help. It's all right. It takes a strong person to get help. It takes a strong person to speak up. So, and remember, it's never about you, but it's about that person's character or their lack thereof that is bullying you.
Yeah, and the other thing is the people around it. Like I noticed, even adults. Like I'm on Clubhouse sometimes in a room, and there's one particular individual that a lot of people know about, that he's just a dick. And I told him the other day, like you turn into a real big dick at really quick, man. And but otherwise he's a good dude. Like he could be, he's super successful, but he's a dick. And
Right.
it's not that, like, it's one thing about him, but what I look at is the people that are in the room that are friends of his, or just the people around, like they sit there and be quiet. Like it's stupid. It's like, to me, they're just as much cowards and yeah, as the bully is,
Oh yeah,
so
absolutely.
speak up all around, man. Like if you're witnessing it, like it's important, right?
Absolutely. Like you said, even if you're witnessing bullying, step in, be that person that can know that your integrity is intact, and speak up and be that renderance of hope for somebody, because you don't know, even cyberbullying could lead to somebody wanting to commit suicide or being hospitalized or experiencing traumas and fear. So just be that person that is that leader, no matter who it is, who you're around. Speak up, and be that person that can have empathy and care and sympathy and spread love.
Yeah, man. I love that. I love that. I don't know about you, but I was jumped a couple times moving from high school to high school and elementary school to elementary school back in the day. And I had to fight my way out of it. It was what it was. But when somebody stuck up for you, though, that was like a friend. You knew that was like a true friend right there. So yeah,
Absolutely.
I'm all about that. And then there's a basketball game, celebrity basketball game coming up in August. You invited me to be a part of it, which I'm
Yes, sir.
honored. And do you want to speak about that real quick before I ask my final question?
Absolutely. So as you touched on there, Mike, you'll be playing in the game, and we're very grateful to have you out there. Bubba's Celebrity Charity Basketball Game on Saturday, August the 28th in Snow Hill, Maryland, at the Worcester County Recreation Center. The Fan Fest is at 12 p.m. and tip-off is at 5 p.m. sharp. Some of the top names from around the Real will be in attendance, and this event will raise awareness and proceeds for cancer, bullying, mental health. We'll also talk about good community policing ethics that we hope to see in our communities, and many other great things. Jacoby Jones will be there from the Baltimore Ravens. David Meltzer, I'm sure you're very familiar with him, Mike. He's a co-founder of Sports One Network Marketing, Harlem Globetrotters, and the list just goes on and on. So many influential, powerful people. Muhammad Ali Jr., Dr. Khalila Camacho Ali, the former wife of Muhammad Ali, and so many other great people. DeMar J. Smith, he's a hugely successful motivational speaker, and the list just goes on and on. And just bringing the community together for an amazing time. Saturday, August 28th, in Snow Hill at the Worcester County Rec Center.
Let's go, man. Let's go. And I'm gonna have this episode will come out in August too, so like early August, just to get everybody ready to go. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to that. Bubba, listen. First of all, thank you for being on the show today.
Yes,
And
thank you for having me.
thank you for the way you treat me and my wife when we were down at 10X. The rocket fuel law, man. I mean, I wrote this book to reach out to people about setbacks and converting setbacks and anything that would slow you down or stop you, and convert it into rocket fuel to become unstoppable. And even recently, I've added to this now after I've written the book, that once you get to a certain point in life, you can stop using that toxicity from your past, and you can start looking at your future because of the confidence that you have a future and the things that you're going to accomplish. And you can use those things as your fuel to pull you forward or thrust forward. So anyway, what does that rocket fuel law mean to you, and what has it meant to you in your life?
So I look at it like this, Mike, that without setbacks, we don't have comebacks in life. And without, you know, if we're going through a test, God can turn that test and turn it to a testimony. You know, we can be in a mess, and God can give us a message in that mess. And eventually, I look at it like this, that think of it like a slingshot. Eventually, if you're being pulled back, you're going to reach that limit where you can't go back anymore. And you're going to have to, only way, like you said, is you're going to go forward. You're going to thrust upward, and it's going to be like rocket fuel. You're going to just accelerate to the top. And that's important, you know, just that rocket fuel is everything, and motivate people, inspire people, even when you're going and going forward in life and going upward. Always be on that deliverance of service to others, and empower and encourage people.
Atta baby. I love it, man. Thank you so much for being here, Bubba. Appreciate you, man. Looking forward to working on our relationship as well and developing that. If there's anything I can ever do to help you or anything you need, man, just reach out anytime. Okay.
Yes, sir. Likewise. Thank you so much for having me on the podcast. It was a big honor. Thank you.
All right. Well, you guys have been listening to the What Are You Made Of podcast. Maybe you were watching it, but go to YouTube, by the way, right now. If you like watching these, YouTube, Mike C-Roc, Ciorrocco, go subscribe to my network there. And by the way, I'm going to be putting up other content videos and starting to talk about tech for non-tech entrepreneurs. If you have a tech idea, but you're not a techie, don't let that idea go to the grave. You know, that idea could be turned into something that's worth billions of dollars if you just have the right people around you, the resources that we could provide. And me and my team are fantastic with that. So I want to encourage everyone to go to YouTube, watch out for those tech videos, watch my stuff on Instagram, and keep watching these podcasts. And until next time, be unstoppable.